Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jordan Young, and this is your weekly shnews recap. That's right, we're going to take a look back at all of the biggest sneaker news stories from the past week. One of the sneakers that has been getting a lot of attention this week are these, the Jordan 1 Bred High 85s. These are set to drop next month. A lot of people are really hyped up about these. These have been met with some criticism as well regarding the price point at $250. And the latest on the rumor mill is that these are going to be made really limited, which at the same time people are also upset about. And Jordan Brand have been really pushing these with the marketing this week. They ran a video where they went into a lot of detail about the lengths to which they have gone in order to try to make this sneaker as close to the 85 version as possible, including reverse engineering these essentially from scratch. New molds have been made. They even melted down some 85 tongues in order to recreate the chemical compounds. And the marketing, it's suspected, has gone to pretty extreme lengths, to the point where Jumpman have actually deactivated some of their main social accounts, including X and Instagram. Whilst it's not obvious that they've deactivated their accounts to coincide with the marketing push for this banned Air Jordan 1, the coincidences can't be ignored. So the general feeling and sentiments that I'm getting from this sneaker at the moment is that yes, everybody really wants these. The hype is starting to build. Jordan Brands are pushing it. They've put a lot of time and effort into making these sneakers, which is why they claim the price is a little bit higher than usual. And with all of that hype and furore around them, they're set to make them only available to a select number of people, which, yeah, people are annoyed about. From a marketing standpoint, though, it's good to see a little bit of hype out there. It's good to see a bit of excitement for one of the best Jordans of all time. $250 is now seeming like a price everybody is going to be willing to pay, given that the resale is likely to be way over that. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? Are you guys feeling these? Do you like the fact that they're limited? Do you love the shoe? Let me know what you guys are thinking. The other sneaker that's been dominating the headlines this past week are these, the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 4 collabs, the Bike Air or the Brick by Brick collab. This week, Nigel had these featuring in his debut fashion show collection with Jumpman, which went down, and you can see here some of the images. The collection features some pretty rugged, pretty cool looking bike, BMX inspired type clothing with some t-shirts, with some jackets, some pants, even this competitive looking Bike Air jumper top thing that looks pretty cool. But most people have been hyper-fixated on the sneakers, and for good reason. We've had some really good looks at them this week. The quality looks really good. There's a nice mashup of materials, and for some reason that little mini swoosh at the front just changes the complexion of the entire sneaker. Now, it wasn't just this orange pair that people were getting really excited about this week. We also saw some really sneaky partials of a fire red colorway of the same Air Jordan 4 model, which we can see here in mock-up fashion. And yeah, these are looking good, man. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we had the fire reds, only, well, I guess 5 years, man. Damn, 2020, time goes fast, man. So these would definitely be ripe for a retro, given how quick the cycles are these days. But yeah, this is another sneaker that we first caught a glimpse of this week that are rumored to be coming out later on in the year. Nigel looks to be on top right now, man. He looks to be like the guy that is, apart from Travis, kind of carrying Jordan Brands a little bit with the hyped up collabs. So me personally, I'm feeling the orange pair. Liking the look of these fire reds. The collection looks pretty dope. There's one or two items that I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. What about you guys? Are you guys feeling these? Let me know. In terms of sneaker releases that went down this week, the Jound New Balance 993 Mushroom White released on the Jound website and on newbalance.com, but from what I've seen out there, hardly anyone came up on these. Looks like it was absolutely botted. If you go onto Jound's own Instagram, you can see a lot of people flaming them for the release. Also had the raffles go out for the Riot Skateboard SB collab. These are set to drop on the Nike Sneakers app next week. And in London today, you had the Lorenzo OG New Balance collaboration with his custom tie-dyed pairs that you had to be downtown in central London to be able to come up on, in the form of like a golden ticket type situation. You buy a block of chocolate. If your chocolate bar comes with a golden ticket, you get a spot in line to be able to buy the New Balance sneakers. So stand by for a whole bunch of content that will no doubt be firing out on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. Right, here we go. The first look at one of this year's most anticipated sneakers, if not the most anticipated. The Jordan 4 undefeateds, here they are. They are looking beautiful. A little bit washed, I must say. The upper color looks a little bit lighter than either the samples or the OGs. I'm not sure if it's the lighting or what's going on, but bro, still looking beautiful nonetheless. Materials looking decent. I mean, nothing crazy. A little bit of, what is that, suede on the back patch. Bro, loving these, needing these. Can't wait for the drop. All the criticisms aside, this is an absolute must-cop sneaker for me this year. What about you? Right, so Ye was in the news again this week. I covered this story in my earlier sneaker news recap video, so if you want to skip ahead to the next chapter, absolutely go for it. But the story is that he's back selling Yeezys again, and he's got them out there for 20 bucks. He had this sort of slipper type Yeezy shoe that was available on his websites that he claims sold something in the region of $3 million worth in something like 30 hours. So the Ye effect is still strong. To be fair, he could have probably sold these for a little bit more money, but that $20 price point has people taking a punt because, bro, it's like 20 bucks. And then we also saw this leak of his next upcoming sneaker called the Bully, the BL1 or something like that. And these have also had some mixed reviews out there, with some people calling them some nana shoes or some orthopedics or whatever. But I think for 20 bucks, you can't really go wrong. Now, the question is there a real market for these really cheap, fast fashion looking products from Ye? Is there a real desire out there? I know his fans are going to buy anything that he puts his name to, anything that he puts out. But is there really a lot of demand for this stuff? I guess according to the numbers, which haven't been corroborated, you can't really deny there is. We had some new looks at another New Balance loafer. Like it or not, these things are here. They're not going anywhere. They're a thing. Can't really hate on New Balance for capitalizing on this trend. And they've basically turned the dad loafer sneaker into the final boss dad loafer sneaker with this colorway, the oak or the brown colorway. I mean, if these aren't giving primary school teacher vibes or your guitar teacher's vibes, I don't know what will, man. I'm still not really on board with the trends myself, but I totally get it. I even tend to think a lot of people out there in today's fashion climate can pull these off and make them look really dope. No release date info on this particular pair right now. Right, so the other big story this week is Pharell and Louis Vuitton's new sneaker lineup. These are being called the soft butters, which some people are connecting to his ice cream sneakers. And it's not just in name that these shoes are alike, it's also in their aesthetic as well. Although people have drawn the obvious initial comparisons to the Nike Corteiz. Now, whilst the bulkiness of the toe, and especially this colorway, does look very similar to a Nike Corteiz model, you can't ignore the fact that these also look a lot like the board flips. The proportions of the medial part of the shoe, the build of the tongue. Shout out to my boy Sneaker Dennis for posting these side-by-side images. And it wasn't actually just the shoe itself that you can draw all of these comparisons to. It was actually the photo shoots that Pharell decided to do for these, or the images that he decided to post alongside them, which obviously have a little bit of a connection to the history of Bape, and particularly with Kanye. If you think back to the iconic image of Kanye in the Bape store, I think in Tokyo, trying on all the Bapes with all of the other colorways set around him. Similar images of Nigo with the same type of posing routine going on. I think the whole situation is really cool, really nostalgic, great throwback. And the sneakers themselves, they look dope, man, but price points, I'm hearing these are going to be running something like 1,500 bucks. That's a little bit steep for my liking, but listen, at this point, Pharell is smashing it. What do you guys think of these? Had a detailed look at the A Ma Maniére Air Jordan 3s. Sets come out on March the 15th. I think there are also some early reviews out there as well if you guys really wanted to get up close and personal with these things, but I think these are looking dope. These are looking really nice, man. It's going to be the third, is it the third or the fourth installments of the A Ma Maniére 3s? At this point, yeah, the third colorway of the three from A Ma Maniére. Looks like the same old with regard to the quilted lining. A little bit of a tag sewn in. The same coarse suede around the ankle collar as well as around the mudguard. And maybe they're going for the whole 4 colorways in line with the 4 originals. I don't know. You've got the first pair, which to my mind sort of felt like maybe like a white cement. Then you had the away pair that we had recently, the black pair, the black cement. Maybe this is an ode to the true blue, another original colorway. So it just leaves the fire red, which could pave the way for some kind of an ochre or some kind of a maroon type pair. I don't know, I'm just guessing, but do I like these? Yeah, what do you think? Right, so at this time of the year, a lot of resale platforms are publishing some interesting market data as it relates to who the biggest players in the game are, as well as where a lot of the growth is being situated. And this past week, StockX posted their current culture index, giving us an idea of who the big players on the platform are. And so it'll be of no surprise that the top 5 most traded sneakers, or the top 5 sneaker brands on the platform, are at number 1, Nike, number 2, Jordan, then Adidas, then New Balance, and then Asics. I don't think anyone will be surprised with that list whatsoever. In terms of the top 5 fastest growing sneaker brands, some of these might be a little bit surprising, I'm not sure. Anta grew 1,901%, and I think a lot of that is down to Kyrie Irving. Number 2, this was a little bit surprising to me, Margiela, the Gats. I don't know. Number 3, Asics. They had a huge year last year for sure. Dolce & Gabbana, again, not really my thing, but the numbers don't lie. At number 5, Saucony. That's not a surprise. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see Saucony even go further this year, given that they've got a lot of momentum as well. Another notable was in number 7, you have Li Ning, who have also seen a lot of success thanks to the Dwayne Wade sneakers. In terms of shoes, when we say shoes, we're just talking about non-sneaker brands. At number 1, UGG. Been smashing it. Australia. At number 2, Crocs. Yep, surprise, surprise. At number 3, Timberlands. And then number 4, Birkenstock. Number 5, Gucci. In terms of other brands that are making moves, Hellstar. Big growth rate this year. These guys are relatively new in the game. Founded in 2020. In terms of accessories, this won't be of much surprise, I'm sure. At number 1, Supreme. Still doing their thing with the accessories. At number 2, Stanley. Those cups, man, still smashing it with the cups. Number 3, Nike for accessories. Go figure. Number 4, Swatch. And then at number 5, Gucci. Other brands that are making moves, this won't be of any surprise. The whole Versace, Biggie Smalls sunglass trend made these a huge trading commodity on the platform. Then other brands making moves include Arc'teryx. And then in terms of collectibles, number 1, Lego, 2, Pop Mart, Bear Bricks at number 3, Cause, and then number 5, Supreme. And then finally, electronics, Sony, Apple, Microsoft, Final, Mouse, and Meta. Any surprises in amongst all that lots? Let me know. Right, Anthony Calydon has previewed a Adidas Superstar that's coming out. Don't know when or how much these are going to cost. But these things have this ribbed tongue, which is a bit of a different look about it. And he's also got these socks that will probably stir up some memories for some of you guys out there from your adolescence. Not really my thing personally, these, but yeah, they look clean, they look simple, and if this is an aesthetic that you vibe with, I can see these being pretty popular. All right, so for people wondering, where is the Corteiz Air Max 95? Thought we were getting this last year. What's going on? There have been some developments in the rumors around when the sneaker is supposed to come out, and people have been reading into a post posted by Corteiz owner Clint419, where he's sat in front of a wall of upcoming products or projects, it looks like, and then on the whiteboard he has written there, as you can see here, the Air Max 95 spring, we're gonna guess 2025 there. So you guys might have noticed that all of the raffles for the upcoming Travis Scott Field Jacks have been pulled. Your entry has been cast asunder, and these things are just nowhere to be seen in terms of imminent release calendar dates. And so the rumors are these have been simply pushed back to February. Some people are gutted about this. Some people wouldn't mind seeing these just pushed off into oblivion. I still want to try them out. So it looks like the craziest year of the snake Air Jordan is going to be an Asian release only and very, very limited. Something like 3,399 pairs. And these are them. These look pretty wild, man. These look pretty out there. These look like some kind of tropical python or something, man. Coming with the gold box. They've got some kind of, I don't know, blanket or some kind of tea towel or something that comes with them. I mean, they're not really my cup of tea, but they are pretty wild and pretty out there for sure. I give them that. Right, so here is a look at all of the confirmed Air Jordan 4s set to come out this year. Let's just go through it like row by row, not column by column. The top row, I'm good. The second row, I need all of those. The third row, the white cements and the cave stones, I need those. The fourth row, I'm not really that fussed about any of those. I do like the rare airs, to be fair, but I could go without them. I could live without those. And then the final row down the bottom, I'm good with those. So really, I feel like I only need the undefeateds, the Nigels, the black cats. Bro, those are the three I really need. I already have the white cements, but I would take another pair. And then the cave stones. So I need 5 out of all of those. What about you guys? Some detailed looks at the Flu Game Jordan 12s. These are set to come out on March the 1st. Bro, one of the best Jordan 12s of all time. This was, just as a little personal side note, the first Jordan I ever got my hands on back in 1997. We'll never forget. Crazy pair. Quality on these looks really nice. These images are fantastic. And I think for a lot of people, this is going to be one of those must-cop sneakers. This is an interesting collaboration. Jeff Staple is teaming up with Brooks, running on the Adrenaline GTS 4. The sneaker is supposed to be coming out in March, $175. And bro, they look cool. They look fine. If you guys are into running or if you're into, outdoor activities, you'll probably be more familiar with Brooks in the utility type of context, not so much in the fashion or style context. But teaming up with a legend in the sneaker game like Jeff Staple is definitely going to bring a little bit of cool to the brand, I would have thought. Given that these tech running sneakers, these retro sneakers are all the rage right now, and like running in general is like a massive thing. Bro, this collaboration is on point. Laval Ballbag is back with another big claim. This time, he's now produced the best low-top basketball sneaker out there. Can't knock the guy's confidence. He's definitely got confidence in abundance. But I don't know how he can go on about having a really good basketball sneaker when A, none of his sons wear these, and B, one of his sons' own NBA career was compromised by wearing Big Baller brand sneakers. Aesthetically, they're not that bad. They're not too bad. They kind of give me K-Swiss or Fat Farm type vibes. Right, so this is pretty crazy. If you look back over the past 7 years, Jordan brand alone have made $33 billion in sales. And because Mike takes home a 5% royalty from every Jordan brand product sold, it works out that he made something like 1.65 billion himself over the past 7 years. And then just to put that into perspective, he only made $94 million from his entire NBA career earnings. Bro, we've all contributed to this. Right, so to finish off, let's talk about some of the sneakers coming out this week. There aren't really that many big bangers in my opinion. You do have the Riots collaboration on the SB Dunk Low, which are dropping on the Nike Sneakers app. They probably already wheeled out via your local skate shop raffles, but if you were interested in those, they will be there to cop. Apart from that, you've got like the Year of the Snake stuff. Some of that stuff is a hit, some of that stuff is a miss. I'll be passing on most of it myself. 24th, you've got the Diamond Turf OG. Some of my old heads out there will probably be quite keen on those. And then you've also got some of the pairs from the Nike Dornbecker Freestyle collection, including a lot of people's favorites from the pack, the 180s, but you've also got the Sunders as well. Apart from that, pretty light week in my opinion, and that is today's episode. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video. Don't forget to like it before you bounce. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care for now, and peace.